Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here. Today I bring you guys another video of freaking Persona 5X here. Inside today's video, guys, we're actually going to be talking about a little bit of a speculation about some of the actual Phantom Thieves, when they will be coming. Now, this has been something that I've been kind of thinking on for a little bit here, but as well as the buddy old Tycon actually pointed out some few things here that actually sound very sound and might actually be the roadmap they're going to be taking. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video here. And of course, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're freaking new, we do all types of videos every day. So you got a lot for you just sitting here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and do it. So as you guys already heard, right? You see the title, you see what I'm already saying, or you hear what I'm already saying here. The Phantom Thieves might be by a specific schedule that we may have already figured out so far. Now, as we know, we already have, of course, Panther, Skull, Joker, and we do have Mona. Now, that was already just like there, right? We recently got, of course, Yusuke, and we were like, okay, maybe they're just gonna be going by the order of how they met in game. But what if I told you it's not only gonna be the order of how they met by in the game themselves, but what about if I told you the actual month? Now, this is something that Tycon and them managed to somehow actually point out. I didn't actually get the, I want to say the whole correlation between the two until they literally sat down and they were like, wait a minute, this makes sense. So of course, in the first palace, as we already know, if we're going by story, we met Mona, Skull, and Panther all in the first palace. So that took place, of course, with the event that we recently had with the Kamoshida Palace here event, which gave us a lot of goodies and things like that, right? Well, it only thinks, what I'm thinking is like when it does come down to the next few Phantom Thieves here, not only is it going to be story correlated here, but it's also going to be by the months. Because at that time, when it was in the month type of deal here, we did actually have Mona, Skull, Panther all met in that month of pretty much April, right? So in the game and things like that, that was in that same very month, right? Well, in the next month, which is what we're kind of getting to right now, right, is when we met Yusuke. This is at this point where we had, of course, Madarame's palace, and the only new Phantom Thief that we ended up actually seeing was Yusuke at this point in time. Now, this is something kind of interesting because I didn't really pay too much attention to it when it came by, but as they kept mentioning it, it makes a little bit of sense here, right? So once we had, of course, the man Yusuke, that kind of rung a little bit of a bell in my head, right? Of course, you're sitting here, you're like, maybe we're not just going off a randomized time calendar or even just the basic the basic premise of just following the game itself, because we have to think, of course, there are things in between. But if we go ahead and look at the dates that we met the Phantom Thieves themselves, in which these dates as well, we actually have down inside of the what is it called, inside of the actual Discord as well, in which we had in June we met Makoto, August we met Futaba, October we met Haru, November we met Akechi, and then if we're going by just in general, right, just in general for some of the characters here, January we met Sumire. Now this is going to be kind of interesting, right, of seeing how the roadmap could be for us ourselves, which is going to be kind of, I guess you could say, a interesting type of deal, right? Because if we think about it, right, we had all of April where we literally, for Joker, we in April, on April 9th, we went to literally LeBlanc. That's when we actually showed up, right? During that entire time of April, like all of freaking April, the treasure deadline was at the end of April. And then at that point, we already met everybody. So everyone was already gone. At this point, we get introduced into Madarame's palace in like May. Now, this would kind of fit the schedule of how we're looking at this, right? CN recently got, of course, tossed out with Madarame and things like that. We already knew that they were going to be coming here next. And that would make sense because by the end, of course, what it was called, by the end of May, we were nearing the deadline, which I think it was like on the 31st, a Tuesday in P5 for Madarame's Palace. So this only starts to correlate a little bit more. This is probably, I think the palace didn't end till like June 5th, meaning for Makoto, if we do get her, of course, which explains why they're so close back together when it does come down to at least their in-game banners here. If this is the case, Makoto in-game, we met her around, I want to say Tuesday on the 14th or Tuesday on the 13th. I think it was the 13th, if I'm right. Someone fact check me on that. But, and this was going to be on June, right? Well, we started their palace, if I'm right, on the 20th or the 21st here. And then immediately in July, if I'm right, the end of her whole palace ended up happening. I would like to say, I can't remember. Was it at the end of her palace was either on July 1st or was it July 9th? I think it was July 9th. And if we're going by that, you guys can see the correlation of how the characters do go. Now, this is a very interesting fact check, right? Because if this may be the case, and this is all speculation at the end of the day, we actually already will know when these characters will be coming out and how to prep for these guys. So of course, June, Makoto, August, Futaba, right? Futaba would immediately give us as a good navigator, which is someone that a lot of us have been waiting on. Of course, a lot of us have been waiting on Futaba as a navigator here. And then of course, we didn't have the other Phantom Thieves coming as well. Cough, cough, a catchy for November, giving you guys a lot of time if you guys really want to hardcore save, if this may be true. Now, of course, at the end of the day, this is all speculation right now until we, of course, get more of a little bit of a heads up or more, I want to say, correlation between, let's say, once we get Makoto, we see who's next, and it's like Futaba within that month bracket, then we pretty much know what they're going to be doing. Which I find this as being a very interesting intricate little way of actually like kind of coinciding both games. I think it's pretty dang cool to see what they're doing with this here. But of course, all really goes with how you guys feel about this. This was just going to be a short little video that I wanted to get out for you all. This one I think should either be popping up on Monday, if I'm right. I don't think it's going to pop up on Sunday here when I'm recording this, but on Monday this should be popping up, and you guys can have a very good look into this one and decide whether you want to freaking do this or not. Heck, you know what? This might come out Sunday, like Sunday night or something. But yeah, you guys can really decide how you feel about this, what you guys think. But for now, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button with your forehead. Consider subscribing if you are new. We do daily videos all the time, P5X, and we're only going to keep on pushing for more. But peace.